Welcome back to Graceland Book Hospital. It's a beautiful day to save a book, and that's exactly what we're here to do with this pile. I don't even know what's wrong with them. They never made it through the triage process. I do know that the kids decided they were damaged enough to go into the book hospital bucket that I left out for them. They were also all overdue. Coincidence? Guess we'll see. Let's dive in and get started. The first one here is Bury Me by K.R. Alexander. First thing I noticed is that we are in fact missing our barcode label. It's also ripped right here, but not bad. Definitely not bad on this side. This page is torn. Okay, well, then here's what we'll do. All of that there? Yes. Okay, so I have a tape that I like to use when there's a page tear, especially this type of page tear. It's Filmoplast P, and it's the paper mending tape. It's transparent. It's for books and documents. This is really like an archival type of tape. It's not exactly cheap. I cannot call this a cheap product, but it is very good at repairing pages and making them not necessarily look like they've been repaired. Although this one, you know, we're definitely gonna stay wrinkled, so it's never gonna be perfect, but I can make this tear look much better. So let me align the paper, smooth out a little crinkle that I've got going on here. All right. It's so thin that it tears on the cardboard of the box. It just looks just like that. Alright. So I will say part of this has been ripped away, but you know what? We're gonna do our best, and our best is good enough. Are you breathing? There. Okay. Now, do we need it on the other side? Yeah, I think that we do. There are some people that will say that there's no need to tape both sides, but I prefer to tape both. Especially when there's children involved. The child factor really does change everything. Alright. Now, smooth you out the best that we can. I did have a tiny tail there, and and I did fold it over. Now, I'm not going to pretend like this tape is invisible. You can see it, but it definitely looks much more natural than a lot of other tapes. So, we are not done yet, unfortunately, with this book. We need a bath because it's very sticky. And then, it's really not that bad. There's just a couple little areas. I also need, I found my undo remover that I've been looking for. I also need just the tiniest bit. There we go. This undo remover. Just use it to scrape that right off. Okay. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Now the skunk on the bottom comes off fairly easily. Okay, well, it's repaired, but it's also going to need a new label, both labels. So it's going to have to go and discharge from the unknown, the emergency room, to the missing ID bracelet ward. Babysitters Club. What happened to you? You don't look so bad. That's all? Easy. I was growing a little concerned. You are also a little dirty. Let's just, by default, give you just a little, yeah. That one area was just for this. Yeah. Okay. Let's dry you off and give you a good little glue treatment. Let that run for a second. Horchata mocha from Dutch Bros. Very good. Not sponsored, just a huge fan. There we go, that's more like it. Okay. Do we need a little at the bottom? Maybe a tiny bit. There. Okay. You can go onto my drying rack here. What do I have to hold you up since that bookend is done? Uh-huh. There we go. All right. Warrior Cats, the brand new graphic novel. I guess not brand new anymore since you're here. Okay. Is that all? Oh yeah. Easy. Wish I had some orange tape, but you know what? You're not even broken, so I'm going to make sure you stay that way. I even remember what kid borrowed this book. He probably saw this and panicked. He was like, oh no. Don't worry, little buddy, everything's all right. Miss Grace can fix it. He's told people that before too. Sweet boy. Okay. There we go. Is that all? Oh, hang on. Can you see the bottom of those pages? If you can. Do you see what I see? Oh! Uh-oh. Lots of little tiny tears. Oh dear. Teeny tiny ones. One. And they all got folded up on each other. Two. Okay. Set that down. Three. I see where the culprit is. One of the little leaflets of the book kind of folded up a tiny bit. Alright. And that's that. Tiny, tiny, tiny tears. Okay. You're gonna think I'm bad for this, but we're gonna leave it. Because even if I apply tape to the bottom of these pages are glossy. So the tape that I love isn't gonna look right. And if I apply a glossy tape down here at that point of the book, it's just gonna rip around the tape. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, you can go here. Raina Telgemeier, smile. Now you fell. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's not as bad as it looks. It's really not. Let me take glue. See, we're just drizzling it. And closing that on itself and drizzling it again. Because this is a situation where less is not always more. Alright. So there's that part. And then there's this coming off. That is also gonna need some glue. Okay, put that over into the glue. See, alright. You're gonna be just fine. I'm gonna put the tiniest bit of glue here. So that when you dry, your paper gets stuck down. Paintbrush. Now this glue is going to dry clear, so it's okay with me that I'm painting over the edge, because I really want it to stick together. ahead and take my very fancy taping system. Line it up. Oh, perfect. The actual perfect length. Okay. Okay. We definitely still need to dry in there, but how about I move you to the side? And aha. I need to get more room over here is what I need. Okay. Baby sister's little sitter. No. Babysitter's little sister. What happened to you? Alright, we have a tear here. And it's really not pulling away much. It's just kind of torn on both sides. Yeah? And the cover's kind of messed up. So here's what we'll do. I know it looks terrible to do this to these books, but the kids do so much worse. I'm much more gentle about it. So we'll throw that away. It did its job in protecting the book because it still looks practically brand new under there. It just, you know, that was done. It was the end of its life. All right. As a matter of fact, I'll just take you off completely for a minute. Alright. Gonna do a tiny trim at the bottom here. Are you breathing? Everything's okay. Okay, that's that side. Let's go ahead and, tape our other side too, because the page is ripped. Okay. We're good to go. we do need to be referred to plastics. So away we go. Another plastics referral for sure. Let's make sure there's nothing else. A little tear at the bottom. There's the something else. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take your cover off. Tale Dark and Grim. Very popular scary book these days. Has been for a while. Okay, let's see. Will you go back together nicely? Or have you been pulled out too far? I'm afraid you might have been. Okay. Unfortunately, I do think this netting has been pulled out of here just a little too far, so we're gonna do something that's both my favorite and least favorite thing. But boy, do I need a better blade. There. That sound. It is a good one. All right. Yeah, I just got pulled out or something. I see what happened. Okay. So here's what we'll do. We will come in and cut off excess paper. And this extra netting. How's your breathing? Look at all that mess in there. Into the trash can. Alright. Here's what we'll do next. Cut off a little bit more of this that I missed. If you're a professional bookbinder and you're watching this right now and you're cringing, I know, but I don't have all of the tools necessary to do all of the other stuff. I know. The books stay on the shelf. The books get read. It will be okay. All right, we're going to apply some glue right here to the edge. Connect it right there. A little more glue. Okay. Now wax paper. Take that wax paper going to need the longest drying time out of them all, I'm certain. Cat Kid Comic Club. Okay. Your corner is soft and bendy, buddy. We're going to repair you, but we're also going to replace you soon. My goodness. Lots of glue. God. All right. Into the tape machine we go. Woo! Oh my goodness. Hang on. There we go. That's better. Just didn't quite grab right. And the bottom. Oh yeah, buddy. You know, it always is those late returns that have the most damage. But I'm happy to get them back. And I may even have a new copy to replace you with soon. On a shelf somewhere. Somewhere. In the meantime, we're gonna be alright. Well, that was all of them. It was touch and go there for a little bit, but I have high hopes that we saved every one of our patients. Stay tuned. I will let you know soon.